We leave the expenses aside. The balance money is used to sponsor the children who doesn't have the facility to follow the martial arts. So we have selected from the last program, we selected 3 children, and all 3 of them were sponsored and they were taking martial arts classes. Back in Sri Lanka, my mom had 9 children and my father died. And I have no way of going to school. I was going to a private school. I need to find my funds to pay for my school, and I have no option but I have to find something. So we never had a foundation like this to help the children. So I need to work. I was small. I was the third in the family, but I started working. And I earned my money to pay for my school, and I love soccer. If my father would have been living, he would have made a soccer team. 2 more to go. So I worked school holidays and went to school for 4 months, and then there it's every 4 months it's a quarter. So we go 4 months at a time. So it's his brainchild to help a child like this. It was great. So we are very happy to have you all here, and the funds what we collect, we spend only on air tickets for the speakers, and all the funds are used for the expenses for the meals and everything else. Believe me, he built this. It's his own expense. We never gave him any money to build this building. And he sponsored the cooking and everything, Sarah does everything for us. All that is complimentary. So thank you very much. And I will go ahead with the slides so you will know what we are doing. Thank you.
73, and it came back of the 3 words: desire, decision, and attitude, as we were talking about these goals yesterday. And I brought back again memory of a man named Benjamin Disraeli. He was the Prime Minister of England during the time that the Jews were being locked up behind the gates there. And he became Prime Minister of England, and they asked him the question, how did you become Prime Minister of England when you were a Jew during the time they locked him up? And he said, nothing can resist a human's will that states even its existence on the content of its purpose.
Say that one more time, please.
Nothing can.
John said yesterday, and I have a quote from St. Francis of Assisi that says, you should preach the gospel, and whenever necessary, use words. So it's basically along the same thinking. We have a habit of teaching, and we're very much philosophers, so we express our ideas and things. However, how many of us are actually living those ideas and demonstrating those ideas each and every day to our students? Are we just talking to them, or are we actually living the message that we're trying to portray to them?
That's an old quote that we had in martial arts. We used to say, the superior instructor without speaking is heard.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's
Very similar.
Right? But we did. We taught it. Whatever it is, we didn't. You brought up buying the building. That's not on the agenda. You know, after school program's not on the agenda, but it's on your agenda, so it's on the agenda. You understand?
Absolutely.
If whatever it is that you have a burning desire to accomplish and achieve in your school right now, if you're looking for ways to accelerate that process, you're gonna find them today. Just me?
Okay, good. It's got a lot of meaningful things on there, but there was something that was an adjunct professor of Northwestern University of neuroscience. She's helping people be better teachers. And what they found out about the human brain, when you learn something and enjoy the learning process, your body releases a chemical called dopamine. And it's enjoyable. You know, long distance runners like to do it so they get the dopamine release. As a matter of fact, any strenuous exercise that we do, that's why we feel so good after we work out, because we get that little dopamine rush. And when you learn something new, you get it too. You get that little dopamine drip. Every time you get a new concept and you understand something. So just keying off something that Kyoshi Clifford said yesterday about, well, if you're bored, you're probably boring. No, you're not thinking about the learning part. Because when you're learning, you're going to get that dopamine drip and you're a drug addict. Now, there's other things you can do to get it, unfortunately. Releases dopamine, so you're getting addicted to a double drug there. Physical activities, video games, when you go to the next level, you get a little shot of dopamine. You say, I did it. Okay, that feeling of accomplishment. So, when you're not feeling that, something's wrong with the way you're thinking about it. It doesn't have to do a lot of times with the material, because if it's something new that you haven't heard, it's new to you, it's something you can learn. It has to do with our attitude and approach towards learning.
Yeah, we can have somebody say, hey, I have a question. I'll bet you he's gone through it many times and what his answers might be. So we want you to thrive and talk about entrepreneurship and also talk about, you know, not the threat of taxes, but if you all are doing very well, what are some principles that you can make sure that you're within these guidelines to keep us safe?
That was my first plane.
Lose the whole plane.
No, come on now.
I know you're all there.
I'm here.
I know you. That's what I was actually hoping. Yeah, it's bad, but you
Give us some guidance.
Yeah. This way, please, and get
Where would
closer.
you like us?
Yeah. Right here.
Somebody come out and guide us. You have a lot of
John,
people.
I want to do this. You just most the whole thing.
Now that's an idea.
Mine is too. Mine may not make the journey. I appreciate it. I don't have to walk up and talk to people. I can walk.
You just want me closer? Leave them out here on the. Yeah, this way.
You want to Skype? Yeah. Yeah.
So is it 1, 2, 3? SOS. SOS. SOS.
Yeah. Ready?
Are you ready?
Okay.
Okay, ready?
1, 2, 3. SOS. 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 Woo!
All right.